Hi, I'm Miss Teresa. Welcome back to Make It Monday at the Bulk Springs Library. This is where we make creative crafts with inexpensive materials that you may have at your home or at your local store. So if you're ready, let's get started. Alright guys, we're going to make these Pom Pom earrings today. I made these at Pinterest. This particular ones are pink and peach. The ones we're going to make today are going to be blue and black. So what you're going to need is some crafting glue, E6000, hot glue, anything like that. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need an embroidery needle. Well, sorry guys. You're going to need an embroidery needle, which is a wider end needle. You're going to need some earring hooks. Alright. You're going to need a pom-pom maker. This one comes from Joann. There's all different sizes. I'm going to use the yellow one on this package. You're going to need some beads, any kind of beads you have. These are jewelry beads that also came from Joann's, but you can use pony beads, anything you have, okay? And next to last, okay, you're going to need some embroidery thread. This is not a necessity, but it makes it a lot easier, okay? And then lastly, you're going to need some yarn. You don't have to use two colors. One color will be fine. I'm using two colors. It's just up to you, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is get your pom-pom maker. Now there's these two little flaps on each side, one here, and then again on this side, one here, okay? You're going to open one side up, not both, but you're going to open both flaps up, so the whole inside is now open, okay? And whenever we're wrapping, we're going to wrap around both of these little hinges together. They have to be together, and you're going to wrap all the way around from tip to tip, okay? So that way we get the whole half of, like the rainbow. We're going to get the whole half of the O. We're going to get that wrapped, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to start off, I'm going to start off with the black. And you just hold it against there with your thumb and wrap around that first wrap. That way you can let go of it and then just continue to wrap. Whoops, there we go. Just continue to wrap around. Okay, and we're going to give a whole layer here, and then I'll come back and show you adding the blue, okay? Alright guys, so we've just wrapped the whole thing in black. I have not cut it yet. I'm not going to cut it yet. And now we're going to start with the blue, and we're just going to go right on top of the black, okay? The same process. Hold it down with your thumb, wrap around once until you get it hooked, and then just continue to wrap. And the reason why I'm not cutting the black yet is because I want to come back with some more black on top. Okay. Now, as far as weights go, my blue is, it's a thicker yarn. It's a heavier weight than my black. So you can use different yarns, different styles. You could even use the one with metallic in it. That would be very awesome if you did that. But we're just trying to give it a layer of the blue. Alright. Now the blue I am going to cut because I am done with that. So I'm going to cut that. Put that out of the way. And now I'm going to continue on with my black. And I want my pom-poms to be very full, so I'm putting a lot of layers on this. Because the more you put on this, the fluffier your pom-pom will be. Okay, I think that's about it. Now you're going to close your pom-pom maker. Whoops, come back here. Well, it's coming unraveled, guys. Hang on. Get back in there. Alright. So now we're going to close the Pom Pom maker and we're going to cut the black. Sorry about my cold, guys. It's lovely fall cold. So we're going to open up the other half, and this time we're going to start with the blue, and we're going to go blue, black, blue, okay? And you can do it any way you want. On these particular pom-poms, I did the exact same way. I did the coral or peach color, and then I did the pink on top. So I only needed 2 layers of those. But you can do them however you want. So we're going to stop right there with my first round of blue. Again, we're not going to cut it. And we're going to come in back in with the black. Alright, so we're going to cut the black. Out of the way. We're going to finish up with the blue. Close that in, and we're going to cut that. Now we're going to move the blue out of the way. Now remember, doing earrings, you have to repeat this process twice because you have 2 earrings, okay? So once it is closed, okay, you're going to take your scissors and we're going to go right down the middle of this. There's actually a little ridge inside, and whenever you put your scissors right through this slit right here, it will actually guide it along the cut, okay? Alright. Alright, see how that was guided through that little ridge there? Alright, then we're going to flip it over and we're going to do this other half the same way. Alright, so now we have this one done, okay? So at this point in time, you're going to get your embroidery thread. And you want a pretty good length to work with, okay? That's about arm's length, okay? So we're going to take our pom-pom maker. Now this ridge I was talking about, that's where you're going to lay this at, and you're going to tie it. So wrap it all the way around to the other side. And you're going to tie a little knot in it, okay? Alright, and we're going to do it again. Okay. So, now our pom-pom is tied off. We're going to open the flap and the other flap. And then we're going to separate them just like an Oreo cookie. Okay, and I always put mine back together because if I don't, I'll lose pieces. Alright, so that's our pom-pom. We're going to give it a fluff. Give it a shake. That knocks out any loose pieces that we may have. Now, if your pom-pom is not even, some of the strings are hanging out a little bit more than the others, you would go back with your scissors and just give it a little haircut. Let's move all that out of the way. Now that he's done with his haircut. Alright, so now we have the pom-pom. Alright, that's how it looks. All different colors. And that's what we wanted. Okay. So we're going to get the beads. And I'm going to use between dark and light beads. Excuse me, if I can get my tongue to work. So I'm going to take the thread and I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to thread it through this eye right here. If you don't have an embroidery needle, you can still work with your beads and stuff, especially if you're doing pony beads. They're a lot, the hole's a lot bigger than these jewelry beads, but it's totally up to you. I just find if you use the needle, it's easier. Alright guys, let me thread this needle off camera. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. I've gotten the needle threaded. Sorry I had to do that off camera. I have very old eyes. So, yeah. So now you're just going to pick out whatever jewelry or stones you want. So I'm going to do a dark one. Let's do a metallic one. Let's do a clear one, and we'll finish off with a black one. Alright, so once we have that on, so that's what it looks like, okay, you're going to take your earring hook and you're going to slide the needle through the hole on the earring hook. Okay, and then we're just going to tie off at the end. Alright, that's one tie. Let's do one more. Alright, so once we got that done, pull as tight as you can, cut there, now this is where the glue comes in. The reason why I put a little glue here is to keep that thread from coming undone, okay? Because you don't want your knot to come undone and your earring to fall apart if you're at a function or something. So just take just a smallest dab of glue and just put around that little knot you have. Okay, that's really all it takes, just a little dab of glue. And there you have it. That is a pom-pom earring. And again, you're going to repeat the same process for your next one, okay? But that's how it looks. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for joining us for this week's Make It Monday. I hope you had fun making our craft. Remember to like, share, comment. We love seeing your creations. So until next time, bye.